What are Nevada's elected officials doing to help relieve the foreclosure mess and make sure it doesn't happen again? Members of Congress admit the programs created to help families stay in their homes have not worked as planned. 8 News Now spoke with 4 of the 5 members of Nevada's delegation. All of them have devoted staff resources to helping homeowners but each has different ideas about legislative fixes. As part of our continuing project, Desert Underwater, the I-Team's George Knapp asks members of Congress what comes next.
The problem is that there's no shame on Wall Street. There's no shame in Freddie and Fannie Mae. There's no shame in the banking industry.
A strong dose of good old-fashioned guilt would be a welcome change on Wall Street, says Senator Dean Heller. The bankers, who are the true architects of the economic collapse, have already returned to their old habits, paying themselves huge bonuses while homeowners face foreclosures. Heller wants at least some of the big bonuses to be wiped out.
We have put over $140 billion. $140 billion taxpayer dollars, hardworking taxpayer dollars into Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And now we're hearing an announcement that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are now going to give almost $13 million in bonuses to their executives. And I just want to make sure that you understand, the people here that are watching this, that's wrong. That's wrong. I wrote a letter to the administration, wrote a letter to President Obama and said, stop these bonuses.
Congresswoman Shelley Berkeley thinks the more excessive bonuses paid by other Wall Street giants are also out of whack, especially at a time when businessmen and political candidates are urging Washington to stay out of the foreclosure crisis and let troubled homeowners sink or swim on their own.
There are people in this country that think and have stated that they think that we need to hit rock bottom. How much further down do they want us to go? We've got people that were middle-class families up until a couple of months ago, a year ago, and they can't afford to stay in their home. It's outrageous.
Berkeley says the program, designed to help homeowners negotiate a new mortgage with lenders, it's called HAMP, is a spectacular failure because it excludes so many people who need help and because there's nothing that forces banks to cooperate. She favors a law that will order banks to come to the table.
The idea that the lenders can voluntarily do this is not right for me, because they're not stepping up and they're not doing enough to help these people. It makes absolutely no sense to me.
There are a number of bottlenecks. As far as I'm concerned, the number one bottleneck is the people who hold the loans. The banks are difficult to work with. They refuse to move forward.
Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid says several programs were created to help homeowners, but most of them depend on the banks to one degree or another. So billions of dollars that could help Nevada homeowners remain stuck in the pipeline. Reid's office has 5 staffers working full-time on foreclosure, and he's helped hundreds avoid foreclosure. But it's a drop in the bucket, he says. His ultimate solution to the housing crisis is not about housing.
I have been saying help is on the way for a long time. The only thing that's going to solve the problems we have as a country is to put the 14 million people who are out of work back to work.
Congressman Joe Heck wants to come at this from the other side. He's writing a law that would give foreclosed homeowners a second chance by repairing the credit that was damaged by foreclosure or short sales, meaning they would have a chance to once again own a home, something that at present looks nearly impossible. George Knapp, 8 News Now.